Welcome, everybody. It is March 11, 2015, and it appears that Siberia, also known as Niagara Falls, New York, is melting away before our eyes. Welcome to the Thomas Loop Radio Show here at AM 1440 WJJL, brought to you by Marketside Restaurant, 712 East Market Street in Niagara Falls, New York. Got a gentleman on the lines here. I'm telling you, BenLacy.com. You can check it out. BenLacy.com. He's a basketball enthusiast. He's also a two-handed groove guitar pioneer. I'll talk about Les Paul regarding, his affiliation with Les Paul. Something happened along the way in which he was involved there. He's also a huge New York Knicks, I'll say NBA fan, University of Kentucky. That's obvious because he's from Lexington. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Lacy, how are you this morning?
Tommy, how you doing, brother?
Doing well. What's it like with the perfect season on the line down your way with the Wildcats?
Well, a little nervousness, but a lot of faith too. You know what I mean?
I do. We don't have a University of Kentucky like basketball program, but University of Buffalo with Bobby Hurley, they're doing pretty well this year, but not a perfect season.
Well, it's unbelievable. I'm just enjoying the ride. You know what I mean? I wish nothing but all the success in the world, man. But as it gets towards the end of this deal, you start getting a little nervous. You know what I mean?
That's right. SEC championships on the way, and then we're on to the tournament. Barring any insanity, they'll probably be the number one seed. That's a
mission.
Yep. That's right. Ben, let's talk about BenLacy.com. How you came about that two-handed guitar craft that you call groove guitar.
Well, I'm all about the groove, but actually, TrueFire, the company that I did the instructional course with, they actually came up with that title. And, I didn't know they asked me what I called it, and I said, I have no idea what to call it, that style. But they came up with that title, and they kind of stuck. I kind of dig that title. What do you think? Does it kind of represent?
I think it does.
When they first said it, I was kind of thinking of like when they said two-hand groove. It kind of made me almost think of like sort of the Stanley Jordan style of tapping, which I don't.
Right.
I don't think what I do is really similar to that. Of course, I certainly wouldn't mind being in the same breath as him. You know what I mean? But
the old anchor putter that Adam Scott used up until last year, the two-handed putter. But anyway, that's a bad joke. I'll move on.
You know what's fun, man? I was watching Mike and Mike,
Yep.
And they were speaking of Bobby Hurley. You made me think of Christian Laettner. Not to change the subject, but he's got that. ESPN has that 30 for 30. I hate Christian Laettner.
Right.
This Sunday. I'm looking forward to that. Not to change the subject.
Well, me too. Christian Laettner went to high school about 20 minutes from here before Duke recruited him. Yep, Nichols High School in Buffalo, New York. And
so did you hate him or were you a fan?
I wasn't a Duke fan, but I pulled for the guy because the guy was absolute clutch back in those days. He was absolute clutch.
Maybe that's why people hated him. Yeah,
he was just ice cold. Like he had ice through his veins back then. And I think you're absolutely correct. That's what usually happens along the way when you're like that. But I'm not 6'10", and I don't possess a buzzer-beating shot.
Well, I remember they played UK, and I don't know if it was just a regular season game. I suppose that it was just. And I remember one of our players. I think his name was Amino Timberlake. I think was his name. And Amino fell to the floor, and Christian stepped on his neck.
Yeah.
I was like, really?
Andre Hainsworth style.
That's pretty hardcore.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Straight bad boy Pistons on him.
BenLacy.com. Ben Lacy's with me on the all the way from Lexington, Kentucky, home of the University of Kentucky Wildcat men's basketball program. They hosted the SEC Indoor Track and Field Championships, and there's a guy named Ben that plays pretty much everywhere. Describe the YouTube sessions you've been doing. I know you get requests from all over planet Earth.
You know what? I do, and I love it. All over the world, literally. I don't know. People seem to be enjoying them, and I certainly enjoy doing them. So, I'll do them as long as I can do them. I'll do them. Right now, I just got a request. It's funny. I just got a request from some guy, and I can't remember where from right off the top of my head, but he asked me if I would do from the Star Wars movie the Cantina theme music. And I've been working on that now for a day and a half, and it's just been absolutely blowing my mind. It's something I meant to get around to learning, years ago, and just got distracted and forgot about it, and then he reminded me of it, and I've been learning it. It's just been an absolute joy and a challenge to learn. It's just really kicking my butt.
How does your mind process? I mean, you have a rhythm section, a drum section, specific singular notes, chords, bass. How does your mind tie that all together?
Well, usually what happens is when I hear something, and it's if I'm really digging it, it kind of gives me goosebumps, and I'm like, man, I want to sound just like that. So I just kind of try to get all those parts in there to kind of represent the tune as accurately as possible, and make, since it's just me playing, you just got one dude playing, so you want it to sound as full as humanly possible. So you got to honor all the elements going on. You got to have the bass parts, the horns, and the melody certainly crucial. But at the heart of the whole thing is it has to groove. That's to me, that's the main thing. If it ain't grooving, I ain't playing it. You know what I mean?
Ben Lacy, right, with me in the Time of Super Radio Show, brought to you by Marketside Restaurant in Niagara Falls, New York. We're live right now, broadcasting out of the NAC Studios in Niagara Falls, New York. Ben, we have a Niagara Falls, New York connection. I was going to go to this point. You had to have.
I'm going to say you're going to talk about Jamie Holcomb.
Oh, that is correct. This was not rehearsed at all. I prefer it that way. What was that like? I mean, the man said 9-hour trip to 9-hour from. He sat down for a couple hours with Ben Lacy. And that was just like 3 years ago, I think? 3 or 4 years ago. Going on.
It may have been longer than that now.
Wow.
It may have been 5 years ago. I can't remember, to be totally honest with you.
Time more.
There was a lot of pressure, though. Once that I learned that he had driven that far, I was like, ooh, well, man, I better be on my game and be able to teach him whatever he wants. It's not like driving 5 minutes down the road to learn a Nickelback riff. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Right? So I was like, what am I going to show this guy? I hope he's got kind of a game plan of what he wants to learn. It was fun. We had a great time.
Right.
I think we just went we were just trying to establish some sort of just a kind of a rhythmic feel, and we kind of focused on that as opposed to an actual tune. I don't think we delved into a tune. We just kind of just rhythm concepts. I think is basically what we did, grooving a little bit.